Alright, sorry about that. Good evening, everybody. This is Colin Bonini, and I am your host of Power Live. Throughout this year, we have explored the ins and outs of power. We have looked at the financial takeovers and the political struggles. And we showed you the true power of information. And we're going to do that for you one last time tonight. This will be the final episode of Power Live, as this is the final iteration of Power has just came to a close. The community behind Power has grown. It's shrank. It's grown again. People have played. People have quit. People have joined. People have stayed throughout the whole entirety of Power. And in the end, this game that we all took time to play, that we all took time to be a part of, is going to be maybe a small part, but still a part of our lives. And and today's a celebration of that. Tonight is a celebration of power, a celebration of oppressive games, a celebration of what we've done, what's been done, what is currently being done, and what we will remember in the future. So with that being said, intro out of the way, we are going to move into what tonight's episode is all about, and that is the 2018 Power Awards show. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to start off this awards show with our first award of the night. How this is going to work is we are going to say the category. We're going to read off the nominations. I'm going to give some commentary on the nominations if I can. If it's going to be a good idea to do so. If I have anything to say. Other than that, we're going to move on and we're going to announce the winner. We're going to go until we finish all these nominations. We're going to close out not only Power 2018, but Power as a whole with a bang. And we're going to do that tonight. With that being said, we're going to start off with our first award of the night, which is going to be the most annoying power player of this previous year. This previous year was filled with many, many different things in terms of power. There has been a lot of people that some may say have been annoying, but we have narrowed it down to 4 of the most annoying, and we have the winner of the most annoying power player. With that being said, we're going to switch over to this. Our first nominee for most annoying power player, Patrick Higgins. Patrick Higgins has been one of the power players who has played for a long time. He joined Power during Power 3 and has been here all the way through the end of Power 7. He has been a Democratic Party chairman. He has been a very important figure in Power. Like him or hate him, he has been there and he has done a lot in Power, and people say that he has, as he's been doing it, he's been annoying as hell. So he is our first nomination. Our second nomination for most annoying power player has to go to Paul Kennedy. Paul Kennedy has joined Power back in P3. He immediately got a reputation around him about people thinking that he was a very annoying individual. He's consistently been kicked out of numerous parties. He's spent time in the GOP, got kicked out. Spent time in the Democratic Party, gotten kicked out. But he's always been there, and he's never went away, and that really contributes to his annoyingness. The other 2 nominees do not have profiles on the Power Wiki. However, we're gonna give them an equal amount of time. Our third nominee for most annoying power player would be Ashley Georgina Vansley. Ashley came into Power in Power 7, if I'm not mistaken, and she had an immediate impact in terms of people thinking that she was the most annoying individual to step into the game. A lot of people think that, and if the majority of people thought that, then she's gonna win this award. She's the youngest player, youngest in terms of time and power of these nominees, but she made a very big impact when she came in. Whether it was good or bad is up to you to decide. Finally, our last nominee for most annoying player is going to be Stabbing Time. Stabbing Time has also went by a couple of things. He's went by Huey. He's went by a lot of different things. He, although he is not necessarily seen as annoying at times, he's definitely pestered people, and I think that's what got him this nomination. He doesn't take no for an answer, and it annoys the shit out of people sometimes. However, with that being said, with the 4 nominees being read out, we have to move on. Who is the most annoying power player of 2018? And the winner of most annoying power player of 2018 is, with 50% of the vote, Patrick Higgins. Patrick Higgins has been voted the most annoying player of Power. He has been voted the most annoying player of Power 2018. He has received 50% of the vote. In second place, putting up a valiant effort, was Ashley Georgina Vansley with 30% of the vote. Paul Kennedy followed at 17%, and Stabbing Time finished with somewhere around 2 to 3% of the vote, so not much at all. But that's going to be a big congratulations to Patrick Higgins for being chosen as the most annoying power player by the community. You have succeeded in becoming the most annoying player. Congratulations, Patrick. Alright, guys. With that being said, we're going to move on to our next award here. Our next award we're going to be giving out tonight is for the best presidency of 2018. In 2018, we saw quite a few presidents, okay? Quite a few presidents in Power 2018. We started off the beginning of the year with FDR. FDR was still taking over from his time as president back in P5, and he was president at that point. Later in February, Sandy Colbert took over at the beginning, which followed a reign she was succeeded by a lot of Democratic presidents in a row. You had Barry Strong, Laura Fernandez, Janet. Then you get the switch. We switch into P6. Power 6 starts. The GOP takes control. Edric Neuhoff takes over as president in July of 2016. After he serves his 2 terms, Alex Jones takes over and gets removed for exploiting exploits in the game, and he's removed. That gives the Democrat Bernie Sanders a chance to run for president. He runs and becomes the first Democratic president of Power 6. Finally, you have the end of Power 6, and we move into Power 7. Patrick Higgins becomes president in October of 2018, followed by Benjamin Poldart for almost a month, followed by Patrick Higgins again, and he is the final president of Power 2017. However, with that being said, the nominees for this award are as follows. We had Sandy Colbert, president from February 2nd to March 5th, as nominee number 1. Edric Neuhoff, president from July 13th to August 11th in Power 6. Bernie Sanders, president from August 23rd to September 13th at the end of Power 6. And finally, one of the most disputed presidents in the game, Chuck Huff. Chuck Huff took over as president at the end of Power 5. He ran as a candidate in the 22nd presidential election and won, and was not removed by Rumsad. He is one of the most contested Power presidents in history. However, he has earned a right to be a nominee for this, as he held the presidency for longer than most of these other nominees have. So with that being said, it comes down to this. The winner of the best presidency, the best Power presidency of 2018, goes to Edric Neuhoff of the GOP. Edric Neuhoff's presidency from July into August was called the most and best presidency of 2018. Edric Neuhoff has won this award, and he is going to go down in the history as the best president of Power 2018. It was a very, very close race between him and Bernie Sanders, both garnering about 33% of the vote. However, by a couple votes, Edric Neuhoff was able to take over and win that award. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Edric Newhoff. He will go down as voted as the best president of Power 2018. Next, we're now going to move into our next award, and that is the best coup/coup attempt in Power 2018. Our first nominee comes from something that happened in Power 6, and that would be the GOP coup of, so I can't find it here, the GOP coup of 2018 that happened in August. This was an event where Trajan and Integra attempted to coup Hadric from the party, and it was a temporary success. Hadric was couped from the party. Eventually, Hadric resumed control and kicked both of them out of the party. However, this was a coup attempt that happened. The second coup attempt that we have, the nominee here, would be Sobieski's potential attempted coup on the GOP in Power 7. Sobieski tried to coup the GOP, tried to coup Trajan's GOP, and failed miserably after three individual attempts. They were stopped from the inside of the GOP, and eventually Sobieski was expelled from the party. And finally, our third and final nominee for Best Coup of Power 2018 was the Party Hacks coup, when the Libs, the Agrarian, Conservative, and Pirate parties were all couped in one day by Eternal Empress. Eternal Empress went ahead and couped all four of these parties in one day and took over the chairman position. Now, it comes down to this. Which one of these three coup attempts was considered the best coup or coup attempt of Power 2018? And the winner for best coup attempt is Trajan and Integra's coup of the GOP in Power 7. This was voted the best coup of 2018, and Trajan and Integra are going to go down and win this award, garnering almost 60% of the vote, with the Party Hacks coup coming in second and Sobieski's failed coup coming in third. So, congratulations to Trajan and Integra. They may not have successfully couped the GOP, however, they successfully won this award. It's good on them. Now we're going to move into a pretty coveted award here. This award here is a very, very, this award here is very important. This award here is the best chairman/chairwoman. Okay? The best chairman/chairwoman. And here are the nominees. Our first nominee comes from the Democratic Party, and that is none other than Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. FDR was chairman of the Democratic Party throughout the beginning of 2018, and he was one of the most influential power players in 2017 coming into 2018. Our second nominee for Best Chairman is going to be Trajan Nim, chairman of the GOP throughout Power 6, throughout Power 7. That is Trajan Nim, took over as chairman there. Our third nominee for this is going to be Ted Kennedy, chairman of the Dems throughout Power 6 and Power 7. And our last nominee for this award is going to be none other than Luna Lovegood, chairman of the NUP throughout most of Power 6 and Power 7, and probably even Power 5. All four of these people did a great job leading their respective parties and leading them towards the best that they could possibly be. Two of these chairmen are Democratic chairmen. You have FDR and Ted Kennedy, both leading the Democratic Party. Trajan Nim took over the GOP after Power 7 was reset, and finally Luna Lovegood was the most consistent chairman in this list. She was chairman of the NUP throughout many different things, including the switches from Power 6 to Power 7 and the switches from Power 5 to Power 6. All four of these chairmen have been influential in Power this year. However, which one of these chairmen is going to take over as the best chairman or chairwoman of Power? And the winner of Best Chairman of 2018, or Chairman or Chairwoman of 2018, goes to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was voted the most and best chairman of Power 2018, receiving almost 35% of the vote in a four-way race. It was very close. Everyone received a good amount of votes for this award. Everyone had a good showing. However, Franklin Delano Roosevelt did win the award for Best Chairman or Chairwoman of Power 2018. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to the party that he led, which was the Democratic Party. Our next award is going to be something a little close to my heart, and that is going to be the Best Power Live Episode. Okay? The Power Live Episode. These were some episodes that I did. This is going to be a very quick segment here. The nominees for this segment were as follows. It was the interview with let me see if I can't pull this up real quick. All right, was the interview with Bill Clinton and Luna Lovegood. That was nominated as one of the potential winners of this award, as was episode 5, which was the GOP expose. That was another segment that was nominated. Another one was the 31st presidential election, where we saw Bernie Sanders beat Don Pablo live on the air. And the last nominated award was the crash of the U.S. economy, episode 7. That was when I was talking with the Senate Majority Whip of the Democratic Party, Charles Lawton, and we were discussing the Democrats and how they destroyed the U.S. economy, and there's a lot of interesting moments in that one as well. However, only one of these episodes can win this award, and the episode that has won the award for Best Power Live Episode of 2018 is, with almost 30% of the vote, the GOP expose. That was the episode in which I exposed the GOP for what they did. I exposed them for what happened behind closed doors with Integra and Heydrich and the whole scenario. And we ended up exposing them for the crooks that they were, and got Heydrich thrown out of the GOP. This was a very important episode in Power 2018. This episode ended the start of the downfall of Heydrich, and Heydrich was expelled from Power shortly thereafter. But there is that award. That goes to episode 5, the GOP expose. Next, we have quite an award here. This next award we're going to be giving out is the award for the biggest altar. Okay. The biggest altar in Power 2018. Alting is something that, although most people deny it, a lot of people do it, and it has become part of Power as a whole. On the Power Live 2018 awards voting ballot, the ballot to vote for the awards, there was multiple instances of alting that I had to deal with. There were people that tried to be slick and voted 7, 8, 9 times in a row with exactly the same ballot. That's called voter fraud, and in terms of Power, that is called alting. Well, that being said, we now need to go through the nominees for the biggest altar in Power 2018. Our first nominee for this award, John Heydrich, the man himself, John Heydrich. He alted in Power 6 after he got banned by Rumsod. He took over numerous accounts and started banning them. He took over Kanye West in Hawaii. He also took over Marlboro Man in Hawaii as well, and a couple other people overseas, and he was overseeing all of these accounts. Our next nominee for the biggest altar has to go to Adrian. Adrian was a guy who was very quiet in terms of what he said and how much information he put out. However, to those who knew him the best, they knew that he had many alts throughout every iteration of Power that he played. Adrian was the person that would have a list of all these different accounts and use them when necessary, and he alted quite a bit throughout the entirety of Power. Our next nominee for this award would be a familiar face to these awards, the winner of the Most Annoying Power Player Award, Patrick Higgins. Patrick Higgins was also an alter. He got banned by Rumsod for alting, eventually got unbanned. However, there was a time where Higgins said that he had over 60 alts at one time that he had account information for. And finally, the last person would be Napoleon Born to Party. Napoleon kind of started off under the radar. However, in recent powers, he's taken on a role not only as a pretty influential power player, but also as a very, very big alter. He does it quite a bit. He's altered to overthrow countries. He's altered to overthrow parties. He's done whatever he's needed to do to alt, and he's done that. He actually took over the GOP at the end of Power 6 through his alting. So, you know, that has to stand for something, how good it is. However, only one of these 4 people can win this award. And the winner of the biggest alter award of Power 2018 is... with 35% of the vote, Napoleon Born to Party. Napoleon won this award with over 35% of the vote. It was very split among 3 of the contestants. Both Napoleon, Hadrick, and Higgins all got over 30% of the vote. However, with over 35% of the vote, Napoleon Born to Party was able to take this award and was able to win the award for the biggest alter in Power 2018. Napoleon, my hat's off to you. I can sit here and say that throughout my year and a half playing Power, I have never created a single alt. I have never done anything of the sort. Never created an alt, never used an alt, never did anything shady in my entire time as Power. However, Napoleon, what you did got you an award, and got you an award on this stage, which I believe, you know, I personally would say that would be worth it. But like I said, I'm proud to say that I have never altered, and for all of you alters out there, I can say, you know, there's a place for it. You did it. But for all the people that have never altered, like myself, you know, I enjoyed playing the game without alting. I'm sure you did as well. Although it is part of the game, it's not necessary. And, you know, for all of you that didn't do it, good on you. And for all of you that did it, you know, that's how you win, and that's how you do well. So good to you guys as well. Now, we're going to move on to the next award. This award here is the Best Power Meme Award, okay? So for this category, we have 3 nominations. Our first nominee that we have for this award is the Oats Minecraft video. For all of you that do not know, Oats was a member of the Democratic Party and the NUP for a time, I'm pretty sure. When he was younger, he recorded a video of him playing Minecraft on YouTube. He couldn't have been more than 12 years old, 10 or 12 years old, and posted this video. This video was found by someone that played Power and distributed to everyone that played Power. I currently do not have the video. However, it was a very funny meme for a while, and a lot of people mentioned it. Our next nominee for this award is the Thinking Party. The Thinking Party was a party in Power that showed up towards the end of let me see here. I can see if I can't find this. I don't know if we have it in here, but it was a meme party that was created with the thinking emote. Let me pull that up. The thinking emote was both the picture and the name of the party. This picture right here. For all of you that remember this party, right? They just don't have the normal one? What is this? Okay, I guess we'll just go with this one. The thinking face was a big part of the parties at that time. They were everywhere. They had politicians everywhere. They had parties everywhere. It was all everywhere. With that being said, our last nominee for this award is something that all of you probably know very a lot about, and this is the "You've Got Breaded" meme. And let me find that for you. This is one of the example here. This is Rumsod. I'll show you both of these here. We first have President FDR getting breaded.
Hey, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt Repression Games Powers. You just got breaded.
All right, that was the one with FDR. Here's the one with Rumsod.
Hey, Rumsod, creator of the oppressive game powers, king of Vietnam and Thailand. You just got breaded.
All right, and I think that we have one more here as well. I can't spell, but here we go. Here's the last one we have.
Hey, Patrick Vinegar Piggin Higgins, you just got breaded.
Alrighty, guys. So, with that being said, there has been many memes that have happened in Power over the past couple times here. However, I think that we can all agree that one of these memes is the winner with over 40% of the vote. The winning meme was the "You've Got Breaded" meme. Is this meme right here, the "You've Got Breaded" meme. So, real quick, we'll just listen to Higgins' "You've Got Breaded." Actually, we'll look at Rumsad's "You've Got Breaded" one more time. This was the winner of the Best Power Meme of 2018.
Hey, Rumsad, creator of the oppressive game powers, King of Vietnam and Thailand, you just got breaded.
Alright, guys, so congratulations to all the other nominees for that award. However, the "You've Just Got Breaded" was selected as the Best Power Meme of 2018. Alright, let's move on to the next award, and we are down to two more awards, guys, and these are the awards that are the two opposite of each other. The first award that we have here is for the most hated power player of 2018. Okay, this award goes to the power player that, maybe you hate them because they're annoying, maybe you hate them because they keep beating you in races and you're upset by them, maybe you hate them because they're just an overall terrible human being. Regardless of why you hate them, these are the nominees for the most hated power player of 2018. Our first nominee for this award is going to be Paul Pot. Paul Pot was a GOP politician, and he has been known to be a very hated individual among both the NUP and the Democratic parties. He's done a lot of questionable things throughout his time in power, and he is being nominated for one of the most hated power players of 2018. Our next nominee, again, Patrick Higgins. Patrick Higgins won the Most Annoying Power Player Award, and he is also being nominated for the Most Hated Power Player Award. It looks as if being annoying would also get you hated, and that's what Patrick Higgins is currently being nominated for in this award. We have another nominee here, another old GOP guy, and that is Sobieski. Sobieski wasn't really a hated individual through most of Power 5 and Power 6. However, in Power 7, when he started trying to coup every party in sight and no one gave him the time of day, he became a very hated individual. He had his moments where he was revered by the GOP, and then he has moments where he was hated by them. And he's being nominated for one of the most hated players in Power 2018. And our final nominee for one of the most hated Power players of 2018, none other than John Heydrich. Heydrich became really hated. He was already a hated individual going into 2018. However, after the Integra incident that was talked about in the GOP expose, he became even more of a target. Even more of more hatred was shown his way after what had happened there. So, with that being said, for the most hated power player of 2018, the winner is John Heydrich. John Heydrich won the most hated power player award. He was definitely a questionable chairman, a questionable person, and he had his own personal issues that dragged into the game. He has won the award for most hated power player, and he will go down in infamy as one of the cruelest and one of the most diabolical power players in the history of the game. Finally, everyone, that brings us to our final award of Power 2018, and that award is the most influential power player of the year. This award is the big award. This is the one if you win this award, pretty much that means you've been chosen by your peers to have been the most, pretty much the best power player. Because the whole point of the game is to grow in influence. The whole point of the game is to grow in your, is to increase your influence amongst not only other people that play power, but also just other parties, other countries. Back when we had nations in the game, stuff like that. And here are your nominees for most influential power player of the year. Our first nominee is on the screen currently. That is John Heydrich. Although he was the most hated player and goes down as infamy as being one of the most diabolical power players to play this year, he also goes down as one of the most influential. He was able to get people to follow him, get people to support him, even through everything that he had done. And he has done a lot to try and be the most influential player. And he has definitely done enough to be considered for this award. Our second nominee for this award is Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood brought together the NUP as she was chairwoman of the Libertarians at the time, and she did a lot to combine those third parties and get them together. The NUP became one of the strongest, if not the strongest third party power has ever seen, and that was under Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood was very influential in the fact that she was able to bring these people together and get them to combine under one common goal, and that was the betterment of their combined party. She influenced these people, and she has a total right to be on this most influential power player of the year list. Our third nominee for most influential power player is none other than Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has played power from Power 1. He was one of the OGs. He's been in the Democratic Party throughout the entirety of his power career. However, he was in the GOP back in Power 2, but ever since then, he was with the Democratic Party. He took over as president at the end of Power 6 and was revered as one of the most successful and well-liked presidents of all time. Bernie Sanders has done a lot throughout this year. He's been here throughout the entirety of the year, and he's done some great things throughout this year. And finally, the last nominee for most influential power player of the year was actually myself, Colin Bonini. I'm honored to receive this nomination. However, not however, and I believe that's because of the following. I believe that when first off, I started Power Live in 2018. Although it was kind of short-lived and it got old really quick for both me and the viewers, I believe that Power Live, at least for the first couple episodes, was a very interesting thing. It added a new element to Power. It added something new, and I think I enjoyed putting it on. I think that the people that watched it enjoyed it as well. I took over as vice chair in the GOP in Power 7, and I was in the GOP leadership throughout the entirety of Power 5 and Power 6. And I did a lot of things. A lot of people knew the name Colin Bonini, and I'm honored that my name was up there with Luna Heydrich and Bernie Sanders for this award. However, it is now time to reveal the winner of the most influential Power Player of the Year award. All four of these people have shown strong influences and have influenced a lot of people. However, it comes down to this. Who is going to be considered the most influential power player of 2018? Is it Heydrich? Is it Luna? Is it Bernie Sanders? Or is it Colin Bonini? The winner of the most influential power player of 2018, as voted by the power players themselves, is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders has won the award for most influential power player of 2018. He played throughout the entirety of Power 2018 and was able to amass such a following that he was considered one of the most liked presidents in Power history. He was one of the greatest presidents, one of the greatest power players of all time. And he goes down as the most influential power player of 2018. With that being said, that concludes the Power Awards show. And that comes down to the last thing. This will be the final episode of Power Live. This will be the final, probably the final talk of Power in general, given that Power looks like it's done for good. Things could change. You never know what could happen. However, that's the way it looks at this point. I want to say to everyone that played Power, it's been a treat meeting you, meeting some of you. There have been people that you think about it. There's people that played Power that we never would have interacted with any of you. None of us would have interacted if it wasn't for this very basic HTML browser-based game. I've made friends playing Power that I will continue to talk to after Power is long gone. I've also had some of the best moments of my time on political anything with Power. In the end, it doesn't matter where we end up. It just matters that, we remember what we did, and what we did was Power by Oppressive Games. We did what we could. We won races, we lost races. We ran for president. We altered the shit out of parties. We had voice chats until the early hours of the morning. We found exploits and made ourselves millions and millions and millions of dollars. We've played the stock market. We've lost a lot, we've won a lot, and in the end, when we finally started getting the amount of money that we wanted to have, the game got fucking reset. We've seen some good presidents. We've seen some not so good presidents. We've seen nations rise and nations fall. We've seen parties take over and win elections and elections, and we've also seen parties crumble. This is Power. This is the game that we played. These are the relationships that we made with people. And at the end of the day, although it may just be a small part of our lives, like I said, it will still be a part of our lives, and it will be a part of our lives that I hope no one will forget. With that being said, everyone, this has been Power Live. This has been the entirety of not only this episode, but this entire series as a whole. To all of you that played Power with me, thank you. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy Power as much. To the GOP people that I played with and won and was on the same team with, thank you for being on my team. For the Democratic Party and the NUP, the people that I went against, thank you. Without you, I would not have had anyone to go against. I wouldn't have had a challenge. I wouldn't have had as much fun going up against somebody that wasn't as good as you were. To the NUP, you made the last couple iterations of Power fun. Having a third party in the mix always did great. And specifically to the Democratic Party, I don't know about the blue wave, but you guys definitely had some blue ripples at certain points. Alright guys, so with that being said, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. I want to thank you guys all again for being a part of this. I enjoyed putting on these episodes as much as I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. And, like I said, Power, although it's over, that doesn't mean that the relationships that were made in Power have to end. So what I'm going to say is, if you made friends with someone, if you had fun talking with someone in Power, hit them up. Message them on Discord. Figure out if they want, start talking, get these people. Make sure that they, so don't let all these relationships die. Because, in the end, it was a game, but in the end of the day, these are real people. These are real relationships. So with that being said, thank you guys. This has been Colin Bonini with Power Live. Thank you. This concludes this episode. Although there will not be a next time, we hope that in your own individual lives and your own individual paths, wherever it may take you, we hope that you individually continue to expose the true power of information. Everyone have a great night. Have a great rest of your lives, wherever that may take you. And always remember, at the end of the day, power will live inside of each and every one of you. Have a great night, everybody. And I wish you the best of luck wherever wherever that power may take you or wherever your lives may take you. Have a great night.